First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to you. I came out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right. First thing I want to get 2nd Ezra, the 10th chapter, around the 22nd verse. Second Ezra, chapter 10 and verse 22. Our psaltery is laid on the ground, our song is put to silence, our rejoicing is at an end. Right. And when you read Psalms 137, it speaks about how can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land. That's because of captivity. Keep going. The light of our candlestick is put out. The ark of our covenant is spoiled, our holy things are defiled, and the name that is called upon us is almost profaned. Our children are put to shame, our priests are burnt, our Levites are gone into captivity, our virgins are defiled, and our wives ravished. Our righteous men carried away, our little ones destroyed, our young men is brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak. The strong men have become weak, and men in general have become weak, man. All right, especially the men in the nation of Israel, man, because we were full of mighty men, man. King David, you know, these different men of the Lord, they were mighty in spirit. Okay, but we become weak through all this captivity, man. So now we're starting to switch things up and put off the weak nature and become strong again, man. Go ahead. And which is the greatest of all? Through the power of Yahawah by Shem Yahushai. Go ahead. And which is the greatest of all? The seal of Zion hath now lost her honor, for she is delivered into the hands of them that hate us. And therefore shake off thy great heaviness and put away the multitude of sorrows. Put away the multitude of sorrows. You're not supposed to be thinking about things happening in this life. Now, we all got tribulation that keeps happening, but we got to put that out of our mind. We can't dwell on that, man. We don't got time for depression, man. All right? We got to be in a state of moving forward, man, and looking towards the kingdom. You see? So brothers might get tickets and shit like that. I get my car's full up with tickets, man. I just put that shit in the back burner, man. I don't even pay attention to that. All right? I set up an appointment. I paid them. Sometimes I miss the payment. I got to set it up again. Why? Because we're subject to payment in this system. This is not heaven. This is hell that we're in right now. So all these things are going to happen. All right? So we got to just kind of laugh at it and brush it off, man. Roll with the punches. Go ahead. It says, and therefore shake off that great heaviness and put away the multitude of sorrows, that the mighty may be merciful unto thee again, and the highest shall give thee rest and ease from thy labor. Right. And it came to pass while I was talking with her, behold, her face upon the sun is shining. That's it on that. Get me, you got a precept for it. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. This is why we were scattered, man. Based for a reproach and a curse. We weren't scattered to be made celebrities, man. You see? We're scattered as a curse. Go ahead. It says, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. And you know what? Everybody's under the curse of this rulership. Okay? Even these Edomites, even these other nations, they're all under the curse of this rulership. Because I was talking to this bar owner the other day. Get Proverbs 29 in the 2nd chapter, and then get to 2nd Ezra, the 10th chapter, the 14th chapter. All right? I was talking to this bar person yesterday, actually. It was last night. I was talking to this person who owns a bar, and she was explaining to me how it works. And I didn't know it worked like this, but they don't pay the same price we pay for a bottle. Okay? They have to pay, let's say a Hennessy is 70. They got to pay 140 for that Hennessy. because they're going to resell it. All right, so they pay a lot more for these different bottles and things that they get. So because they have to resell it. That's the devil for you, man. That shows you Esau's the damn devil, man. Because he's looking to make, if you're looking to make profit, he wants to make more profit off of you. So you can't just get things what the price is. You have to pay more to this devil because he has a monopoly on it, man. He has a monopoly on industries. You see? He's into capitalism for himself amongst his people, but for the lower people, they don't want capitalism. They want communism. They want the lower people to have to share minimal resources. You see? Go ahead. Go ahead. Proverbs 29.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 2. And it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And that's what's happening. The people are mourning now because of this rulership. Because of how this man is ruling. He's ruling very tyrannically, but he's acting like he's a nice guy. You know? But it's all tyrannical. Get Revelations 13 and 11.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Yeah, he came up as a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. All right, you can get Psalms the 55th chapter. This man is the deceiver. The serpent came up the same way. But what is he showing? What is he showing the world? He's showing them oppression. If you would have went to the ancient world and you would have told them, you know what? You can't buy wine from anybody. You got to buy wine from me, number one. And I'm going to sell it to you more than I'm selling it to the regular people. Double the price. Because I want to make more off of what you're gonna be selling. And guess what? If they find them selling it at if they find them buying it from another place, shotgun. All right. If they find them buying it at another area, okay. That's the water. If they find them buying it at another area, without going to that specific store that they gotta go to and pay more, they're gonna first of all they're gonna find them. They're gonna throw out all the alcohol. You see? And if they can't refill the bottle, if they find it refilled, they're gonna throw out all the alcohol. They're gonna get fined and they might get shut down. So read that. That's wicked decrees. Matter of fact, read Jeremiah the 10th chapter. Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10 and 1. Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Right. That's unrighteous decrees, man. That's unrighteous. That's grievousness. You see? It's grievous to the soul. It's grievous to the spirit. When I heard that, I got mad because I'm like, damn, these devils ain't clean. I thought the bars were just marking up the prices crazy, but they're not marking up anything. They're doing what they gotta do. Because this devil is so evil and wicked and greedy that he's not happy with just the what it's worth. You gotta pay me extra on top of what it's worth. All right? Fuck the profit I could have made. I want to make double that. You see? What?
It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
And who is he mainly oppressing? He's mainly oppressing the poor. You think these elites were getting hit by this pandemic? No one getting hit by this. It's the lower people. It's the so-called middle class. That's poor. That's still poor. Okay. They were getting hit by that. The poor people were getting hit by that, and that's who he's trying to bring down into even those so-called lower level rich people. You got a couple million. Listen, man. You're a welfare case, man. All right. Because they're soon a millionaire is going to be just in the same position as you. Only allowed the same amount of cheese as you. The same amount of milk as you. Okay? This is what this devil is pushing towards. He's not pushing towards a fair economy. He's pushing towards communism for the low people, which is going to be way You see, they always talk shit about these other countries, right? But what they're about to do now is going to be on a way worse level than any other country, bro. Look at Australia. All right? This is what he's trying to put that on a higher level too. So don't sleep on this devil. This devil ain't finna play with you, man.
What? It says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless.
Predators, bro. Got something? Oh, you got something too? Let him read this. Go ahead.
Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealing, injury, and breaches done by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Why is earth and ashes brown? There is no a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
And that's what Esau is. He's the ultimate covetous man. If you got something that he wants, oh, you best believe he's gonna get it. If there's a country he's at peace with, if they have something that they want, all of a sudden, or that leader's, you know, he's oppressing the women. You know, the women, they can't even walk outside with their ass out. Do you know that? They're not. What about the homosexuals in your area? Are they living free? No, Daddy Esau got to come in now and spank you. And while he's spanking you, he's walking out with a bag, you know, and they're seeing his ass, and they're like, what's going on here? What's that you got? Oh, don't worry about that. You're oppressing gays.
Oh, nothing to see here.
Yeah, you're oppressing the women. And he's walking with the bag, man. This man is an ultimate extreme covetous man, and there's nothing more wicked than that, man. Go ahead.
For such as one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
The book of John, chapter 10 and 10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
That's it, but we can't have life under this man. This man is not about life. Everything that's under this man is death. Just seen a R2T news that said, because of Coca-Cola, Mexico is now deemed the obesity capital of the world because of Coca-Cola. Who the hell invented Coca-Cola, man? Which is nothing but chemicals, man. All right? You know you can fix your car with Coca-Cola? You know that? When certain things happen with your engine, you can put Coca-Cola in it and it'll fix it. That's poison, man. That's extreme poison, man. All right? But look at Mexico now. It's the obesity capital of the world. And they used to all be fit. They used to all be in shape. Same thing with Gad. Gad used to be able to run with horses, man, before these devils came over here, man. Now look at them, man. They all gout. One Gadite, the man could barely even wear his shoes. The damn ankles was ripping out the shoes, man. On drugs. Who do you see most of these homeless people? Like, who's that? Mostly you see Gad out there, man. Because this man brings death. He doesn't bring life. Read what you got, and then someone get me Habakkuk.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him,
That's it.
and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yep. That's what Esau has done all around the world, man. And then he comes as the epitome of morality. This devil's doing all this wickedness. Even now, he's doing all this wickedness, pedophilia, all right? Child trafficking, you know? Murder, stealing opium from Iraq and Afghanistan, calling it weapons of mass destruction. It's been found out to be a lie. He's doing all this wickedness, but then he's pointing at people, telling them, you're wrong, you're wicked. He's the ultimate hypocrite, man. Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead.
The book of Daniel.
There's more on that. Yeah, keep going on that.
Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art filled with the shame of glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord right hand shall be turned unto thee,
Right.
and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
That's what we're seeing now. Shameful spewing on his glory. All right? His so-called history is being exposed. All right? There's a lot of things that's been hidden. A lot of things that we don't know about that we're about to find out. Go ahead.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8 and 25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper.
That's the spirit. I was just thinking about that when he said Daniel. All right? Read that again.
The book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper.
Through his policy, through his legislation. Okay? He's gonna cause craft to prosper, man. All right? That's what he's doing. He's first of all, don't you know there are high-level witches that run this earth? Esau consults with them, and he's a part of that. Okay? And through his policy, his legislation. Why do you think they say they got to speak about a bill, and then 2 days later they got 1,000, 10,000 pages of the bill ready? You think that was just brought up yesterday? No, man. They had that in plans years before, man. And they were setting up an event to happen so that they can bring it out, man. Yeah. You guys, niggas in back, bring it out. And Esau pull out the box. And then you got Biden, that old decrepit demon, signing that shit. You think he read that? Huh? Come on, man. That's policy, and that's craft. That's witchcraft that he's putting upon the people, man. Making it seem like this is not all planned, man. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Finish that off.
It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 47, verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest.
Why does it say
prevail.
labor from thy youth? Because Esau's been working witchcraft, man. This ain't new. When you look at the rulership, that it's always been based upon witchcraft. When you look at evolution, that theory, you got Albert Pike and those were witches. Those were high-level witches that practiced Satanism, man. And they came up with evolution in order to combat the scriptures, combat the Most High. You understand? Because they're the children of Satan. They're not the children of the Most High. All right? So this is nothing new. This is nothing. Even back in the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, these were all ritual. They used to sacrifice children for what? That's rituals, man. Go ahead.
In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15 and 23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
Yeah, well, rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, but Esau be practicing real witchcraft. Okay? You know them voodoo priests in certain places in Haiti and Africa and shit like that, they be doing shit, and then to the point they be putting them, using the left-hand energy, the wicked energy, and bullets won't touch him. A man will be shooting him in his face and the bullet will just go through his ass, man. That shit happens, man. There's videos of that shit. All right? So the left-hand energy can bring power. But guess what? Who controls that power ultimately, man? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. And which side is stronger? The right side is stronger, man. What proves that? All right? You got something? You guys got something? Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 28 and 18. And YAHAWASHI came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
All power is given unto me. All power is given unto who? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, right? You see? He has, well, hold on, that's YAHAWASHI speaking. All power is given to YAHAWASHI. Huh? Yeah, and guess what? Them demons bow to Yahawashi. Them demons ain't bucking up. In a secret room, the demons is talking shit. Fuck that, man. You know, he always you think because you the son of the Most High, you think you can tell me? Nah, them demons is bowing, man. All right. Go ahead.
This is.
Cause what are demons? They're left-hand angels. Go ahead.
Exodus 15 and verse 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, has become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, has dashed in pieces the enemy.
That's right. Thy right hand has dashed in pieces. So you get the word righteous from. The word right is in the word righteous. All right. And then the Italian left, the Apostle Gabarus brings us out. Italian, the word the left is sinistra. All right, which would go back to what? Sinister. Not righteous. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 2 and 13. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. This is the book of Exodus chapter 7. Chapter 7 and verse and verse 9, it reads, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went into Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men.
The movie's got this wrong. Cause I remember I grew up watching The Prince of Egypt. That was a good movie. Back in the day, that cartoon, I used to love that cartoon. It was one of my favorite cartoons. It was going into that, but they would have Moses put the rod. It was Aaron who put the rod down by the commandment. Go ahead.
It says, then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents.
Right.
But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods.
And Aaron's rod swallowed up their rod. Showing you that the right hand power is stronger than the left hand power. Okay? So we're dealing with right hand energy. We're not dealing with left hand energy. Okay? Go ahead.
And it says,
Got something?
And he hardened Pharaoh's heart that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord has said.
Book of St. John, chapter 1, and verse 5. The light shineth in darkness, the darkness comprehended it not.
The darkness can't comprehend. It says none of the wicked shall understand. Because what? Wisdom is too high for a fool, man. And dealing with the left-hand energy is foolishness, man. The wisdom of men is foolishness with the Most High. You can get that scripture. But Kushal, you got something? Go ahead, bro. Oh, Salaki is about to go ahead.
Exodus 8 and 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so, for Aaron stretched out his arm, his hand, with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast, and all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast. Then the magicians said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said.
Wow. So they even the magicians understood. This is the power of the heavenly. This is above our pay grade, bro. You know. Go ahead. Oh, Salaki, go ahead, bro.
This is Luke 9 and verse 1. Then he called his 12 disciples together and gave them power and authority over all devils and to cure diseases.
Power over all devils. Good scripture. You know. So that shows you the right hand energy is more powerful than the left hand. See? And that's what we're dealing with. So that's why we don't have to worry. Don't worry about the left hand. It says there's no enchantment against Jacob. If you're the elect, there's no enchantment against Jacob. So that left hand is not working. Esau's doing heavy witchcraft on the left hand side. That's why these people fighting for this. Bro, clear to see this is propaganda and this is madness. And these are lies that are clear as day. They're switching up the story every time. But you got people on the comment board ready to kill motherfuckers. Yo, I'm serious. I'm serious, man. You know? You got people saying, they'll go to a video that says, oh, this person got the juice and got you know, and died or whatever. You got people on the max. Yeah, you keep believing this rather than believing science that's been studied for years. And, you know, they're on the comment mad, screaming on the comment board, bro. All caps. All right? You know those people are they're zombified, they're bugged out because that witchcraft of Esau is working. You have to understand that the majority of these people, the witchcraft of Esau is working. And some of them, the ones that it's not really working on, but they're still gonna comply because they ain't got no hope. You see? Where can they go to? Where can they turn? Where are they gonna run to? You see? You need to eat, don't you? You need water. You need a job. Right? Not us, but they do. Why not us? Because we trust in YAHAWASHI. And he protects his men, he guides his men, he feeds his men. You see what I'm saying? All throughout history, bro. You got something? It's on what? It's on this topic? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I was young now I'm old. Someone, go ahead.
Sirach 2 and 10. I'll start at 9. Ye that fear the Lord hope for good, right, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see. Oh, okay. Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
That's right. Who did he ever despise that called upon him, man? Who did he ever despise, man? Everyone that believes in him and does not comply with the left-hand side, the Most High is like, yo, he's looking at that like, he really believes. Okay, I can't forsake this man. See what I'm saying? And he's been putting forth the work. I can't forsake this man. Regardless of how much iniquity that's been caused, sin that brothers have done, it doesn't matter because we're in the flesh. Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37 and 25. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
You see? So when you read about Elijah didn't, the Most High didn't give him he didn't win the lottery. There's no ancient world lottery. What happened? The Most High made sure he was set by a river and made sure that a raven fed him every day, 2 times a day. Because he trusted, man. All right? He wasn't worried, oh, there's a famine and oh, Lord, and No, man. He trusted. Faith. Yeah, he had faith. Well, there was a famine in the time of Egypt too with Joseph. What happened? Joseph got the interpretation of the dream on what to do. And they rose him up. And then what happened? His father, Jacob, and his brothers came through, and they were good too because Joseph was on a high level. You see how that works? That's something that can't be explained. See, Esau thinks he can explain everything with his so-called science, which is bullshit. A lot of the times he just makes shit up. All right? Like even, what's that, sleep paralysis? They'll try to go, oh, that's because of this and that. And technically, you're halfway asleep, and then, this, the nervous system, just shut up, man. So why do I hear laughing? Why was sometimes when they're on me, why do I hear them laughing? What's that about? Oh, well, technically that's your laughter from earlier in the day. Shut the fuck up, man. And he'll always try to act like he knows what's up, but he don't know nothing, man. And it's clear, the suit, well, put on the spec, you gotta have the glasses. What? That's a demon. No. But go ahead, read what you got, bro.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 3. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked.
Read that again. Un autre fois, s'il vous plaît.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and 3. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish.
The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famine. That's not something we got to worry about, bro. We don't got to worry about famine. Famine is not, I'm not worried about famine, bro. I am not worried about, that doesn't mean you're wicked if there's like a, you know there's going to be, there's a food shortage and you get a few extra loaves, things of rice and bread. You're not wicked. All right? There's provision for that, but that's not going to save you. Because there could be a situation where you can't get to the bread. You can't get to the crib. Or someone kicked in the door and took the bread. Now what? Now you just got to move off of what really matters, which is faith. That's right. And let him provide, man. That's it, bro. Like I told you, bro, the brother from Barbados, man, remember I was talking to him a while back, and he was, you know, there was a time where he couldn't get his bananas, bro. Now I was driving in the street, a box was there. He said, what the fuck is this? Opens it, full of fresh bananas, bro, just in the middle of the street, bro. We both knew that was YAHAWASHI, and that was a sign and an example of what's to come and what we should do. Don't worry. If you guess what? When that time when you see boxes just on the floor, the bags and shit, oh, take a look, take a peek. You know, brother might run it. There's a car might run it through y'all. Oh, Belper Lace boots in. Kal Halalyam La YAHAWAH. I lied. You know what I'm saying? I lied. Mahaya might see. Oh, Sheikh Hadid. Oh, Sheikh Hadid. Oh, yo. Kal Halalyam. You understand what I'm saying? This is facts, bro. You understand? This deer, you don't know why it's there, where it came from. It could have just been the angel was just walking with the bag and just paid for it. With the money. You know? Fresh bills, paying for it, just put it here. Knowing. And the other angel was guiding you to turn there and come this way and go that way. Oh, I hit my toe. Let me go over here because I have to sit down and then walk down this street. And there it is, man.
What? This is the book of 1 Maccabees. The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2 and 61. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
None, bro. Not one of them, bro. See, in the sight of men, they seem to perish, man. The scripture says in the sight of men, they seem to perish, man. But bro, you don't know, you don't know what's going on. You don't know unless you're in that body. You don't know. All right? You don't know if they felt pain in the first place. I'm still trying to figure out how the 5 brothers with Judas would get their tongue cut out and they were smiling. I don't understand that. I'm trying to figure that out. You understand? And that was actual history, man. If you look deep enough into Greek history, you can find that. All right? What?
It says, fear not then the words of a sinful man, for his glory shall be dung and
maybe
worms.
not that specific instance, but that in general, what they were doing to the Israelites. What? It's like, what?
It says, today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returning to his dust, and his thought is come to nothing. Wherefore you, my sons, be valiant, and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall you obtain glory.
Show yourself men, man. And a big part of a man is what? Confidence. You already know, that's the spirit. All right, confidence with faith. I always go into this. What does the word feminine mean, man? You know? Yeah. Etymology. Okay, you probably went around this time. The word feminine means feet, meaning feet meaning faith, meaning minus. Minus faith. We go to the etymology. Right? So when you have confidence with faith, that's a masculine trait. And that's what we all should have. And the ones who really have that is us. It's the elect. Well, Lord willing, we have that number, but the brothers who believe in YAHAWASHI. Yeah, but that's always around. This is the spirit. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. There's even a spot for us to piss for the spirit right here. The other spot, bro, I'm not going to go into it, bro. But, yeah, go ahead.
2 Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto deeds.
Which one are you reading?
2 Ezra 14 and
14. That's what I was gonna get from the beginning. Read that again, brother.
2 Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men.
Let go of the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men. That stress that you go through in this life. Okay? You got something happen to you, a ticket, whatever. The Esau fucking with you at the job, whatever. Your woman or whatever the case is. Cast that shit. Don't even. We're beyond that. Okay? Because let YAHAWASHI work it out. Don't these Christians say, let Jesus take the wheel? Well, let YAHAWASHI take the wheel, man. And don't worry about those things, man. Go ahead.
Put off now the weak nature, feminine.
That's right. And that's weak. That's weak. To not have faith is weak. You walking and you worrying, oh, something freaking, oh, that's weak. All right? And in that time, these dudes out here that look like they got it going on, the ones with muscles, they go to the gym, they drink this much drink of protein. They're gonna be like women in that day, as the scripture said. Okay? And the only ones that are gonna be in that masculine energy is us, the men of the Lord. Lord willing, we be of that number. Right?
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than these, than those which thou hast seen happen, shall be done hereafter.
And greater evils than these shall be done after, man. So we're gonna see greater evils, and we ain't even seen no. We're just building up to the point there. It hasn't even boiled over yet. Okay? Because if it boiled over, we wouldn't be standing out here preaching right now. That's just the facts. That's when the doors of mercy is closed. The ones who are in, the ones who are not are not. Okay? That's why he sent the angel to measure the nation of Israel. Once that measuring is done and that line is drawn, no one can enter in, man. No one can enter in. So it's time to get in now, man. Why waste time? Why fiddle with this thing, man? Let the Most High take your talent. Why fiddle? This is not the time to be in the world. Can you imagine being in the world and not knowing the truth in these times? Can you imagine? These people are through. They don't know what way to turn, what way to go, left or right. They're confused. Do I take the juice? Do I not take the juice? If I take the juice, then okay, I can keep the job, and I can't keep my job. And, yo, they're through, bro. But we understand. We know. Muslims they don't know what the hell's going on, bro. Buddhists, what do they know? They're going to keep meditating, right? To keep their body in the chai pure. Chai means blood. Right? Keep chai pure. And then Esau going to hit them over the head and force them to take the juice. Now you're through. You're not pure no more. Okay? Go ahead.
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of thy salvation. The strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is our treasure, and we're going to be stable in that time based upon this wisdom and knowledge. So let's increase in the wisdom and knowledge. Let's increase in the wisdom and knowledge. Let's increase in, like the scripture says, above all faith, which is part of your wisdom and knowledge, understanding that he is, and that he controls everything. And if you're on his side, right, which you'll know what side you're on based upon your works. Only a corrupt fruit can't bring forth good fruit. All right, corrupt tree can't bring forth good fruit, man. It can only bring forth evil fruit, and a good tree can only bring forth good fruit. You see? So if you're doing the works of YAHAWASHI consistently until the end, then guess what? You got to be of that good tree. You have to be. He's not going to have nobody out here doing the work consistently, growing, if he's not of a good tree. He's going to have his growth stunned. He's going to have him false doctrine. He's going to put a false doctrine in here. There's more? No. No, actually, Salakia.
This is 1 John 4 and verse 4. Ye are of the Most High, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world.
Yep. That's it, man. Greater is YAHAWASHI than Esau. Esau is just a pawn of YAHAWASHI. He can't do nothing except what the Most High issued him.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world
Which means you gotta pour out all that old shit. All that old shit gotta be emptied out before you put in new stuff, man. And if it's not emptied out, then really the new stuff can't fit. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High,
right.
Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi.
Right. What's an example of the wisdom of this world? So-called the pseudoscience, man. Alright? Not to say everything that's in there is false, but the shit that they're pushing is pseudoscience, man. It's false. There's a lot of false mixed into that, man. Esau doesn't always come with pure lies. He mix some truth in there too. You know? Oh yeah. There was a black guy back in the ancient world. What do they call that? What's that guy that's always in the play? Shakespeare play. There's one particular guy that's always. Huh? Is it Othello? Yeah, I think it's Othello. Yeah, the Moor. You know, they'll talk about that. Oh yeah, there was a black. Oh, he was an African. He was African. Did you know? He was African. Yeah. Did you know? Don't you blacks forget it. I don't know if you've seen that video of the preacher. Don't you blacks forget it. Yeah, the one who helped Jesus carry the cross was up there.
Oh, yeah.
So Esau put some truth in there, but he didn't tell you that the one that was YAHAWASHI was the black. All right? He didn't tell you that. Okay? So he'll mix the lies with the truth. See? Go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, he thinketh the wise in their own craftiness. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and 23. Thus said the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me.
Woo, that's what we're supposed to glory in, man. That we understand it, and I glory in that, man. See? Why do I glory in that? Because that's all that matters, really. All right, and that's what's going to deliver us, and that's what's going to protect us. What gives us our wisdom is YAHAWASHI. So what else is there to glory in, man? Everything else is vanity. See? What?
Luke 7.
What?
It says this, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
What?
Luke 17 and 5. And the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith. And the Lord said, if ye had faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye might say unto the sycamore tree, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it shall obey you.
It's faith, man. Faith is powerful. Faith is powerful, and the Most High is going to upgrade our level of faith too, man. All right, He's going to upgrade us. Because the time that's coming, we need that upgrade. All right, we need that upgrade of faith. Okay, when Esau starts to really get down, we need that. Go ahead.
John 3 and 3. And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto him, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High.
Right.
Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? And YAHAWASHI answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of the Most High. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
But yeah, that's it. So you got to be in the spirit. You know, if you're constantly in the flesh and thinking about the flesh and what you can see in front of you, and that's what makes you, you know, you putting that so-called logic together, well, you're never going to have that faith, right? Because things that you're about to see in the physical is going to be illogical. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to be illogical to what's natural and what's, you know, what's fleshly. But that's why we gotta think about the spiritual, so that, you know, so you say, oh no, because it's beyond our understanding what happened or what led to this. But we understand where it came from. We understand the source of it. Right?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
Lean not on your own understanding. Right?
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path.
That's it. He's going to direct your path. Right? Acknowledge him. All right? He's going to direct your path. Right?
Romans 11 and 33. O depth of the riches, both of wisdom and knowledge of the Most High. How unsearchable are his judgments, and his ways past finding out.
Yeah.
For who had known the mind of the Lord, or who had been his counselor?
Right, right. His ways are far past finding out, man. We don't know how these angels material in human flesh when they come on the earth, you know, amongst us, and you know, we don't know if they come from the spaceship directly and where they come. How, you know, did they go to a secluded area? Do they just materialize it, or what? We don't know. All right, these things are beyond our understanding, but we understand that it's from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay, go ahead. You got something? You have something? You have something? Go ahead, bro.
Real quick, this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1 and 7.
Right.
For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love.
That's it.
And of a sound mind.
The Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, okay? But of power and of love and a sound mind, man. The spirit of fear, that stuff, we're supposed to cast that off, man. See, the spirit of fear, we're supposed to cast that off, because what? We trust in Yahweh. And that was what gives us a sound mind. That's what gives us sound mind and understanding that, okay, this is happening because of this. You know, as long as I do this, I'm good. These people are not ready for it because they're thinking, I can't wait till things get back to normal. That's their mindset. And there's some people who think, and they're using their brain. And a lot of these Edomite Christians are using their brain. They're not like the so-called the black Christian don't know shit. Okay? All they do is sing and dance and shit. They don't know shit. They don't go into the scriptures like that. But the Edomites, they're breaking their shit. Oh, yeah, see, the enemy knows he has about a short time. The Edomites saying that shit. That's why he's moving like this. And we're not going back to normal. Bro, Esau's on a higher level. That's why it says the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. And it's a damn shame that these Edomites know your book better than you. Speaking about you Israelites, you ones that are not in the know. Even a lot of you Israelites that are in camps. A lot of these Edomites know the scriptures better than you. Because the spirit is not working with you. They can't say that about us. Are you crazy? They could never deal with us in the scriptures, man. That's an insult, man. What? That's like saying Mike Tyson in his prime will lose to Pee Wee Herman. Okay? Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and 10. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of the Most High, even to them that believe on his name.
Because ultimately, even us, man, right? We help make the earth. You see, well, the elect, well, we'll put that number. The elect help to make the earth. We'll be up that number. That means we were one that helped to create the earth. You see what I'm saying to you? And we're amongst these people, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. They're like, I like these clowns, right? But at the end of the day, they don't know in the spirit who it is. You see what I'm saying? Even when Yahawashi was among them, they didn't acknowledge him. Did you know his two brothers were scoffers, man? I did a video on that. I don't know if you brothers seen that video, man. His two brothers were scoffers. I said his two brothers were demons. I did this clickbait. But the same shit, they were. They were scoffers, bro. When you read John, the 7th chapter, read John 7. Okay? They were scoffing at Yahawashi. Not knowing that he was the one that he created them. Alright? The Most High used his son to create. You see? He's the word of the Most High. When the Most High makes a decree, that spirit, his words have a spirit, and that spirit is Yahawashi. Let it be, and that's Yahawashi right there. That's why he says it was written of me. Even all of it was written, even this part. Even this part was written of Yahweh. This was Yahawashi. So like, I'm not gonna. Even this part was of Yahawashi. Okay? It says, in the beginning, the Elohim created the heaven and the earth. That's Yahawashi. And the angels. You see what I'm saying? So he would that spirit was amongst man on earth with all wisdom from the heavens. He had the whole command. And they heard it. They heard him speak. And they're like, God damn, how does at 12 years old? He's like, how does this child know? How does this young man know all this stuff? But they didn't perceive it, man, because the spirit wasn't working with them. The same way these Edomites, or especially Jake, they see us and they see just because they don't look at themselves as nothing. They see us and they say, this a bunch of blacks. That's in their mind, but they're not understanding who's who. They don't know about the first fruits, man. They don't know the future rulers of the earth is amongst them, bro. Read that. Yes, that's exactly what I want.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 14. There was a little city and few men within it. And there came a great king against it and besieged it and built great bulwarks against it. Yeah. Now there was found in it a poor wise man. And he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I,
that poor man represents us, man. That poor man represents us. First and foremost, Yahawashi. Okay? But also us, because we're out here, we're giving the message of salvation. We're giving the message of the kingdom of heaven, and whoever comes in, you're good. Go ahead. And through us, it's going to be the renewing of the kingdom of heaven. It's going to be the renewing of Yahshua. Through us is going to be the renewing of the Israelites. Lord willing, we'll give that number. Because they're going to come through us. So, that's, thank Yahawashi that he left the remnant. Because without a remnant, there will be nothing. He was ready to destroy all Israelites in the time of Moses. He said, man, listen, I'm gonna make rocks. I'm gonna raise up these rocks, right, to be my people. Okay? But Moses is the one that pleaded with the Most High to say, nah, don't, please. You know? Imagine if Moses was an Edomite. Yeah, kind out of wine. You know? And he still don't give a shit about nobody but himself, man.
This is the book of Isaiah 58 and 12. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in.
Right, and continue on that point, yeah.
Back to Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and 16.
Right.
Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised.
Poor man's wisdom is despised. You see what I'm saying to you? You If you got a suit and you're on TV, if a celebrity says it, if he writes a tweet, a one-sentence tweet, oh, yo, that travels for miles. Yo, this guy said this, and no, that was deep, and you know. But then brothers be pushing out all that wisdom on a way higher level than him. That's just one of them Negroes, one of them Haitians. But that's how they looked at the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Because they grew up with the Lord in Nazareth. Nazareth was the hood. Nazareth was equivalent to the projects, the ghetto. That's why someone said, they said, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? There probably shankings happening there. You know, I don't know, man, but it was equivalent to the ghetto. See? What you got there?
Going on, it says, nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
Bro, so much times I'm having conversations with people, and they're saying things, and I'm dropping gems on it. I know it's gems, bro. All right? Or even some people are like, yo. But then other people, they're trying to get their word in. Yo, well, yeah, but listen. And it's just like, okay, all right, bro. I probably ain't gonna get nowhere with these people. But I'm dropping that gem on them. But the other guy is just like, who's this? I remember when I was in school, and I was watching the Apostles. When I was doing some schooling, right? And this is when I was like starting to watch the Apostles. I was watching them, and they were on the screen, and some woman came out. Who the heck are those guys? Like, you were appalled because you didn't even know what they were talking about. I had the headphones in. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a spiritual thing. You see what I'm saying? If it was P. Diddy, okay, or whatever, Joe Biden, you know, or someone that looks like that, he must be listening to something intellectual. Maybe it's politics, all right? But because it's the apostle and you see that spirit of, we're known as the poor, right? You see that spirit, they're like, yo, nah, that's a noble. But it looks like he's saying something deep. You know? Huh? Ooh, they get that. Go ahead.
Sirach 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue.
Yes.
And look at what he said.
And they hold their tongue. They hold their peace. But the Most High had to write a scripture in there to say, hold thy foot when I come into the house of the Lord. Why? Because the people that they didn't give a shit. They looked at the garments. They looked at the shoes. The Vans? No. Yeah. What you got to say? You know, they listen with their hands on their hips. But if Drake was out here talking, oh my goodness, the cameras. All right? Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter...
Oh. Let him go, please. Go ahead.
They extol it to the clouds, but if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumbles...
That's exactly what the woman said when she saw the apostles on the screen. She said, who the heck are these guys? And she said it like that. It's like, first of all, none of your business with the fuck I'm watching on the fucking laptop, number one. But it was just a spirit that jumped on her of disdain. Go ahead. Whoa, hold on. We got to disdain from other camps. IUIC, they call us the bump camps. And the bum camps. I remember they used to make fun of GMS because of, oh, you guys are faith-based Israelites. What the fuck? What are we supposed to do? Doesn't the scripture speak about being faith-based? That's because they're not in the spirit. The spirit's not working with them. All right? So to them, you know what makes you a man of the Lord? Fashion. Having that moolah, that cape, having the gold trim on the garments. You know? If I come with a chain and everything's lined up, they'll let me in the camp quick.
They won't ID you at the gate.
Yeah. They'll let me in the camp. Oh, Shalom, huh? No, the one says Shalom. You want a whole post? You good fresh, you know? But if you come and the beard is off, and
That's exactly how they look.
that's exactly, bro. I had it, bro. I remember I seen that. First of all, I seen him from a mile away because he had the baby garment on, you know? He had the little shirt with the fringes. So I seen him from, I'm talking about a mile. I mean, the brother was, where that man is, that's where I seen him. And I seen the fringes from there. So if Esau is ready to roll on you, you're going to be walking with the fringes? I think not. I think they're all going to tuck that in, bro. I think they're all going to have sweaters over their fringes, man. Now they're all, it's all out. Now the fringes is all out. They got fringes on their scarves when it's winter. You know? But when Esau says, listen, when we see them Israelites, we are putting you in a concentration. Put the camera on. We're going to put you on a concentration camp, and we're going to torture you if you do not take what we ask you to take. We're not going to ask again. Guarantee you're not going to see none of them outright with no fringes nowhere. Not a fringe in sight. I guarantee it. I promise. But they're looking down on Israelites that don't got the fringes. But then they're doing that. But then they're getting lineups. They get lineups. I know for a fact because I was going to the same barber as a person. I'm not saying that as a rumor. I know for a fact because I personally went to the same barber as one that was looking at me like, oh, where's the fringes at? But then I asked him, I said, okay, oh, it's like that. All right. So what about Revelations the 13th chapter, buddy? What say he? Oh, well, it's not that. So what is it? Oh, it's that don't make no sense. Where's the economy for that? How are they going to implement that? How are you going to buy and sell with Christianity? Oh, well, I don't know, but you got the fringes though. Damn hypocrites, man. Salaki, go ahead. Yeah.
And if he stumbles, they will help to overthrow
They
him.
can't wait till you make a mistake, bro. Till you say one thing off. Oh, they got the comments and the apostles. You said this, because they're just waiting for one thing, bro. They watch a whole 3-hour video and the guy will put the timestamps. You said this at 3 minutes. The guy does it. At 3 minutes into you said this. At 1 hour into you said this. And then, because they're straining, as the scripture says, they're straining at a gnat. You know what a gnat is? Those little flies that you see in abundance. When they're mating, you see a whole bunch of them. That's what they're staring. They're looking. They're looking for something, man. But huh?
Listen, why take you?
They were questioning the Lord to trip him up. They were trying to trap the Lord with questions, so they could find one thing out. Forget about the miracles. Forget about the healing. Forget about the great wisdom. Let's find something that we can accuse him of. You see, that's what Esau does, and that's what other Israelites do. Okay. So that's a good thing, right? Boy, he's done on that.
It's the book of St. Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 3. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do.
Right.
But do not yet after their works.
Whatever they say, do. It's not. Listen, it's not a bad. I'm never gonna curse out nobody for wearing the fringes. Never, because that's part of the law. That's cool. First of all, they don't understand why it's part of the law. It's part of the law because it's really a signification of the laws and statutes and commandments. That was added on just so we could remember the law and statutes and commandments. You see what I'm saying? Don't mean you're wicked if you don't got a fringe on every single day. When you come out of the shower, your robe has to have fringes. That's not what it is. Don't mean you're wicked. It's to remember. It's part of our custom. It's not wicked. I would never tell them, oh, you're going out. Yo, you're going out. You're wearing this t-shirt. If you want to wear the t-shirt fringe, you can wear that too. But this is the original garment. If you're going to do it right. Number one, why not do it right? Do it with the original ancient garment. You're going to go to work with this? No. I don't think so. Because they're going to look at you funny. You see what I'm saying? You could do that. Because that's the law. That's part of the law. But that's not going to save you. Having fringes ain't going to save you. And if you don't have fringes, don't mean you ain't going to be saved either. It says, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. What's that about? That's using wisdom.
to St. Matthew 23:2, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, and therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe it do, but do not ye after their words, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers.
Yeah, they themselves will not move with one of their fingers. They're telling you to do all this stuff. And then when you look into their life, they ain't doing that. What are they doing? Coveting brothers? Like they had a guy there that was called the Pocket in IUIC. They used to call him the Pocket. And they was just taking money from this brother over and over and over again. Man. Oh yeah, you know they were buddy with him. They called the man the Pocket. Like if that's all the man is about. It's about the pocket. You just can just dip into the pocket anytime you want. You're not supposed to use brothers for that, man. Yeah, you're not supposed to use brothers for that. Okay?
Go ahead. It says, for all their words they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries.
They got the nice garments. They broaden their phylactery. They make, you know, phylactery is something that we used to put on the forehead and all that. But they go ahead.
It says, and enlarge the borders of their garments.
Enlarge the borders, so they got them nice, glorious garments. Go ahead.
It says, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts,
right,
and the chief seats in the synagogue.
You see how they set it up, right? They're sitting on this high. I tell you, you gotta copy these guys to get so you can understand the pride that's in these. What does this mean? You stand up. No, sit down. Some of y'all ain't going to the classes. And they start talking shit, berating brothers because they're sitting on that high seat. So they feel like they're on some high level. But guess what? When the apostles used to do the Passover, they're sitting on the same level as us. They're sitting on the same level as the brothers. When they were doing the Passover, they weren't sitting on no high exalted seat. You know? They don't even like when brothers do this and bow down to them out of respect. I'm gonna do it out of respect, myself. You know, about it, you know, be respectful. You know what I'm saying? We respect those men, but they don't even like that. So they're not in the spirit of pride. They don't give a shit about pride. They keep saying, we can't deliver you. I can't deliver you. None of us can deliver anybody. All we can do is do what we're commissioned to do, preach the word, and the elect will hear it and grow thereby. Go ahead.
It says, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi,
right.
Rabbi.
Right.
But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even YAHAWASHI, and all ye are brethren.
Right. Right. Oh, you know these brothers are some powerful brothers. They got our picture on the wall. You know that? You know they got our picture on the wall? That's good. Yeah. You got our picture. Mississippi Camp, you got our picture on the wall? No, you ain't got it on. What the fuck is that, man? That's vanity, man. Why don't you want to follow someone like you think the disciples was in that spirit? No, man, they were in the spirit of humility. Matter of fact, it says the greater they are, the more humble they are. Go ahead.
Verse 11, but he that is greatest among you shall be a servant.
He'll be a servant. This position is not a position of you abuse. No. Servitude. This is a position of servitude. Anybody else feeding? You feeding? You're getting the brother had the dream about the apostles with the plates. You heard about that dream? And he was giving out the plates. The apostle Tara was giving out the plates. But the apostle didn't even have a plate for himself, but he was giving out the plates. He was giving out this and that and this. You know? That's what it's about, man. Go ahead.
It says, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
He that shall humble himself shall be exalted, man. So we don't worry about the exaltation of Esau. We're worrying about the exaltation of Yahawah, because the exaltation of Esau is very fickle. When it means changeable, they can love you one day and hate you the next. And even when they love you, they'll watch you with a microscope, and anything you say is going on the news if it's not with popular belief. Look at Dave Chappelle. He's getting all this flack, and he had to come up with like the Elder Ariella said, he had to come up with a masterful way of comedy to put out that message. I don't know if you've ever seen that, You seen it?
I didn't see Rocco. I seen the
What, well, see, there was a message in that whole thing. There's madness in it. But he had to, he said, it's probably true, but there's madness in it, right? Or just made a friend with a check. But the whole point of it was like, yo, you guys are fucking, your agenda's going too far. That's what he basically was saying at the end of the whole special. But he said it in such a nice way. Oh, I had a friend that was one. I helped her and this and that, and this and that, and you know, and you guys were attacking her when she was defending me, and then she committed suicide. And it went through this whole masterful, funny segment, and he's a master of comedy, all right? And at the end of it, you know, just to say, listen, man, stop punching down on him. And it was a punchline because he was saying that's what people were saying about him, that he was punching down the community. And then he said, listen, y'all stop punching down on me and my people, all right? And speaking about the so-called blacks and Latinos and all that. You see what I'm saying? Well, not black, maybe not, you know what I'm talking about, man. Just watch the special, you'll see what I'm saying. But he has to come up with this meticulous way of putting that out there because they're so powerful in this earth. What? That's that left-hand energy. That's who runs the earth. And that's what comedy, go ahead, read what's there.
Sirach 1:1, the prologue of wisdom of Yahawashi, the son of Sirach, whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the other prophets, and the prophets, and by others that follow their steps, for the which things Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom, and whereas not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves, but also they that desire to learn be able to profit them which are without, both by speaking and writing.
Right. Read that again, brother.
To the point. Whereas many and great things have been delivered unto us by the law and the prophets, and by others that follow their steps, for the which thing Israel ought to be commended for learning and wisdom, and wherefore not only the readers must needs become skillful themselves.
Everybody has to become skillful, man. All right? Whatever your office is, you master that. Okay? And you master that through repetition. Go ahead.
But also they that desire to learn be able to profit them which are without, both by speaking and writing.
Right. You profit them that are without, man. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to profit those that are without, man. And the thing is this, man. Actually, read what you got to say, man. I just want to make a comment about comedy. The word comedy means food for thought. All right? That's why I don't like it. The best comedy is not the buffoonery. I hate buffoonery, the Jim Carrey type shit and the Marlon Wayne type. That's buffoonery. Okay? To me, that's not funny. It's not masterful. The masterful comedy is the ones that have a message at the end of it. All right? They do all that, and they can get away with it because it's under the guise of comedy. You see what I'm saying? It's supposed to be food for thought. It's supposed to be something difficult. It's supposed to be truth in there. But they mask it as comedy, shit that you can't even say in this society. You see what I'm saying? Like Richard Pryor was talking about the secret society. You go to these parties and yo, you don't know what happened. You know who you fucked. You don't know who fucked you. Listen. And he was being honest. And he was a flamer. All right, but he was showing you what was going on behind the scenes. So go ahead, bro.
This is the book of Proverbs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 1 and 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
That's it, man. This is what brothers is doing, right? You're supposed to be increasing in learning. Not supposed to be on the same level. You're supposed to take things and run with it. Oh, that was deep. This lesson was deep. What did you learn from it? Did you apply it? That's why the profound statement that the apostle said that the King Masha said was that it don't matter. The most I don't care how many you are the guy. You don't care about the guy who knows a million scriptures. He cares about the man who knows 3 scriptures and applies it to his life. That's what's important. It don't matter how much scriptures you know. But if you, the scriptures that you do know, if you apply those scriptures, the Most High will increase you, man. It's about application. It's about being doers of the word and not hearers only. What does that mean, man? Get that scripture. Help me out. Be doers of the word and not hearers only. That's why the apostle made a video that said, teach, man. With all exclamation points today, man. The hell you doing with your talent, man?
You gotta go. Book of James, chapter 1 and verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of YAHAWASHI. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only.
Be doers of the word and not hearers only, man. Put forth work. Preach without works.
But be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
You're deceiving yourself. If you think the Most High is dealing with you, but you ain't doing no work, you're deceiving yourself, bro. You got to push forth work for the Most High to deal with you. What?
James 3 and 17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead, being alone. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Right. I'll show you my faith by my works, man. All right? That's the bottom line. You got to show that faith, man. You say you got faith, but you don't got faith. The only time you got faith is when you come out here and do something. Because the Most High, you know, the fear of the Lord would send you out here, man. The fear of the Lord would send you out here. Because Jeremiah didn't want to preach either. But guess what? The fear of the Lord kept him. It was in him. He said it was burning in him. It wasn't even necessarily. It wasn't necessarily the fear. It was the fact that it was burning in him. And I understand that because when I first came out, before I came out, it was in me. It was boiling my brain, man. I couldn't even sit around. I was going crazy. Really, to come out was therapeutic. I'm beyond. To come out was I couldn't wait to come out, curse out these devils and curse these niggas out because I was like, you know, that's therapeutic to me, man. To say what's on my mind that I'm holding up and bottling in. So Esau's kind of right when it's like, oh, you don't want to bottle in all your emotions. Well, you're right, because we got a lot of thoughts and a lot of emotions behind these scriptures. So we got to let that out, man. And there's only so much you can let out to the family members before they're like, okay, shut up, nigga. Shut up. All right? Because they don't care. You got to bring it to those that want the water. Which is out here on the highways and the byways. There's a reason we're out on the downtown area, because downtown is where all the nations are. So you got Israelite foreigners, of this speckled bird. You got Israelite regular Jakes from the hood downtown. You got regular Jakes, you know, high-end Jakes downtown. You got everything. You go into the hood, all you got is one type of Jake. One type of nigga. No, yeah, they be in the hood. But also, a lot of places be in the hood, they be telling, oh, why don't you guys know what's that guy? The one body, the YAHAWASHI. But really his name is the one body of Jesus. Right? That's his real name. Okay? He was like, why don't you guys go to the hood and feed the sheep? And you can see that, you can see his fruit. All his fruits are nuts. Right? And nuts grow on trees, by the way, so they're kind of, basically.
Book of John, chapter 21.
Yes.
It says, the book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 9. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster.
Wasting that talent. Wasting that talent. You're just wasting. Being slothful, you're a waster. Okay? Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs 24 and 33. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep.
Yep.
So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth.
Hold on. Ain't we supposed to be rich in faith? Rich in knowledge and wisdom? well, guess what? You're gonna be poor. Which means all that wisdom and knowledge and faith you had is gonna leave you if you're slothful in this work. So that same passion you do, because you see the thing is this, bro. The same when you find a woman, a fine woman that's your type, guess what? You're gonna be calling, you're gonna be texting, you're gonna be looking for her text. It's 5 o'clock. What's going on? All right. When she calls, she says she wants something. She want to get down and dirty. What's gonna happen? Yeah. Whatever you could be helping your mom with groceries. You drop the groceries, and you're ready to leave. You're ready to leave. All right. And you try to bye, mom. I gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go because the woman. But what about this one? What about Sophia, man? If you got more fervency for that than this, there's a fucking problem, bro. You see what I'm saying to you? If you got more fervency for some hooker, I'm gonna call them what they are, some harlot, than you got for the words of YAHAWASHI, then there's a fucking problem, bro. You got something on the woman? Get that, bro. On the wisdom, or whatever.
Luke 14:26. If any man come to me and hated not his father,
beautiful,
and mother, and wife, and children, and brother, and sister, yeah, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, he cannot be my disciple, man. Because you gotta know what's popping. If you don't know what's more important, then there's a problem. See, me, I don't even. I be giving these chicks less and less attention as the day goes by, less and less importance as the day goes by. You understand? Every day they get less important. Every day I look at the text, I'll answer that later, man. Leave me alone. All right? Why? Because what's important? This is important, and that should be our mind state, man. This is the woman that won't forsake you. This is the woman that won't cheat on you, bro. This is the woman that won't leave you because, you know, I just feel like it always starts with the feel, bro. Yeah. But passion, it's true, y'all. But guess what? The elder put up a video. Elder Malcolm put up a video about a chick who said she left the best relationship she was. This is how dumb these hoes are. Left the best relationship, and you can feel sorry for these bitches. That's the best relationship she ever had. It was so wonderful because I just felt like the universe was telling me that there was something better out there for me. Now she's alone. So me, I'm just hoping maybe a bus would swing by and, you know, and hit her, man. Because that's extremely wicked, man. But in this society, it's normalized. They're gonna jump from dick to dick to dick, and then you gotta put on a flipping ring on you. They want you to marry you to put a ring on you. Give me a fucking break, man. Give me a fucking break. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 5, and verse 15. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well.
Right.
Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets.
Yep.
Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth.
Rejoice with the wife of thy youth. All right, the scriptures. Remember when you first learned this truth, how you were like, yo. Go ahead.
Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her
breast, read it.
Let her breast satisfy thee at all times.
They can't, listen, these women, their breasts can't satisfy you at all times, bro. They got jobs and shit. All right? When you wake up in the morning and your soldiers, they're not always there for you, bro. Let's be real. Let's just be real. We're all grown people out here, man. Let's be fucking real, man. But these scriptures is always there. The wisdom of YAHAWASHI is always there, man. They don't, guess what? They don't have a menstrual. You don't gotta wait a week. Oh no, wait. You're only supposed to love one woman. You gotta wait a week. Oh 6 more days. Oh, fuck that, man. All right. That's why the Most High sent the Comforter, man. Let her breast always. Doesn't it say always? Doesn't it say always?
Let her breast satisfied at all times.
At all times. It means always. Same thing. You know what I mean? Keep going, bro.
Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant robe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Always, man. There ain't gonna be no lows. She don't get depressed. Wisdom doesn't get depressed. I just feel like you don't give me enough attention. All right? Well, you don't want to do that, but they don't get those mood swings, man. Wisdom doesn't get the mood swings. This is what you gotta put your energy into, man. We gotta start to put our energy in this. And you got a problem. I'm gonna say it again. You got a problem. If you know, and be honest with yourself, if you see a fine chick, it's like a model, a fine chick, nice shape, and she starts being into you, then obviously you're gonna be into her. Now, to some degree, if you're gonna be into her more than you're into the scriptures, there's a problem. If you're gonna want to see her more times than you see a video, that you looking to make a video, or that you're reading, there's a problem. Or that you're thinking about the scriptures or the kingdom or something, there's a problem. Let's just be real. Let's just keep it in perspective, man. It goes for all of us. We don't want to fall into that, man. So we gotta constantly examine ourselves, man. Make sure we know what's important. More on that? Go ahead, bro. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 11. Wherefore set your affection upon my words.
Set your affection upon my words, bro. That's why it says, be to have wise, be as though they have none. Because we don't got time. I mean, again, give me no attention. I got shit to do, man. All right? Okay? Go ahead.
Desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away.
Right.
Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and
right.
found of such as seek her.
Which what does the word philosophy mean? It means lover of wisdom. Philo means love. Sophia is wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? Right?
Verse 13. She prohibited them that desire her, and making herself first known unto them. Whoso seeketh her early shall have the great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors.
Which the word early means diligently. Like, in other words, it means diligently. Go ahead.
To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care.
You gotta be on your mind. Sometimes you be thinking and you think about, this chick be on your mind. Sometimes you be talking to the chick might be on your mind. But is the kingdom on your mind? Is the scriptures on your mind? Is scriptures pop? When you see certain things happen, do scriptures pop into your head? Or is your mind consumed? Because the scriptures speak about by means of a whorish woman, a man is turned to bread. And a lot of these dudes is bread out here, bro. Bread with no butter. Telling you, bro. A recent story just came out. The girl stabbed him in his chest 4 times. The man died twice. Came back to life. Reduced the charges and took her back. And then he got arrested for shooting pumpkins at her because he wanted her to leave the club. It's ridiculous, man. All right, but that guy is as a piece of bread. And you can see it in his face. But she's there like she has his soul in her purse, bro. I'm telling you, you can see it. She was all smiling. He had that look of defeat. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes is defeated, man. Why? Because they're putting their all into that one instead of the scriptures, man. First of all, that woman is supposed to have been under subjection. All right, under subjection. Nothing less. That's the way. That's the way I see it. Bro. Am I going off? Yo, I don't see nothing less other than this subjection. And there's no way that she would. Of course, she wasn't gonna leave the club. She don't respect your ass. Of course, she stabbed you. You took her back. You don't have no value to the bitch. Let's be, you know. But they don't know that's how they think. They don't, because they don't understand that. They don't understand that. Because they don't get that they're above the woman. They don't understand it. They don't understand the concept. They understand Esau's that we're 50-50. All right, buddy. Go ahead. So I can go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 15. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall be quickly without care. For she goeth about seeking as such as are worthy of her, showing herself favorable unto them and her way and the ways.
Right.
And leadeth them in every thought.
And leadeth them. You see what I'm saying? So with that being on our mind, it's leading us, man. Go ahead.
For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
Man.
And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
Man. Beautiful. See, so wisdom is, the laws of the Most High, we're guided through that wisdom, and the words of the Most High, we're guided through all of this to lead us in the right path, man. To make decisions on the earth. You know? To know that laying with another man's wife ain't right. You know? Because the scriptures speak about a man that does that lacketh wisdom. It says that, lacketh understanding. Okay? But clearly they lack understanding because they're not disciplined. See?
Right? It's the Song of Solomon, chapter 4 and 1. Behold,
by the way, them STDs, them things be coming because of adultery. Alright? That's why I got 2 STDs after adultery. Serial adultery. It's a fact. This is a fact. Okay? That's why the Lord did. That's why the Lord allowed them to get that. The same thing with the alternative lifestyle. All right. The Most High says that in what's that? Romans 1. Okay. Go ahead.
Song of Solomon 4 and 1. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Verse 7, thou art all fair, my love, there is no spot in thee. Verse 9, thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravished my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse. How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than all spices. Woo! Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed.
Man, goodness gracious. Nothing but life and living and goodness is coming from wisdom. These chicks, you pull on the pants and oh goodness, go hop in the shower. Hop in the goddamn shower. All right. All right. Take the magic shit with you. Go ahead. True, bro.
The book of 1 Esdras, chapter 4 and verse 20. A man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticks not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do you not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yet a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon the lion.
Go ahead.
It says, and looketh upon the lion and goeth in the darkness, and when he has stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
So dudes have done a lot of things for women, man. They've risked their life, they've done crazy shit. It comes down. That's why a lot of times they'll say, oh, I think she got witchcraft on them or she got voodoo on them. But sometimes it's not voodoo. Sometimes it's not voodoo. Because I had a situation like that in my family where it's like that and I have to do this. Do a little exorcism on it. Alright? The spirit jumped off it. Man. The spirit jumped off it. The scene changed too, man. Alright? I seen it change too, man. I seen the person doing the thing, and he got fasted before it too. Alright? I seen just standing there and he didn't even look. He look back. What was that? That was a demon, man. And right after the demon hopped off, he went to go make a phone call that's what we were trying to get him to do. To make that particular phone call, man. Okay? Because he was ignoring certain people. We thought it was that. So anyways, but sometimes it ain't that. Sometimes it's just that they got the mind. Because that's how strong, that's the second strongest thing. Well, that's what's about to go into. Keep going. It says, matter of fact, get to the point where it says that's the second strongest thing, and it goes into it.
It says, ye many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes.
Servants, straight up.
Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. It says, verse 34, O men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the sun in his course, for he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetches his course again to his own place in one day. Is he not great that make...
What's great about it? It's the man's desire for it. That's what's great. That's what makes that great. You see? Not that they're strong or they're wise, not about that. It's the man's desire for them that makes them powerful. See? But when you have power when you're able to control your spirit where they don't have power over you in any way, you're strong, bro. That's strength. Guess what? They respect that. When you can control this, they respect that. I'll tell you that right now, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
Verse 37, wine is wicked, the king is wicked, women are wicked, all the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth. And there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore.
The truth endureth and is always strong. So that's the second strongest. Right? The truth is stronger than that. Because once you're in the truth, once the spirit of YAHWASHI shines on you, that ain't gonna take you out, man. It says they're in my hand and none plucketh out. They're in my Father's hand and none plucketh them out. You see? So the truth is stronger than that. That's what we gotta cleave on to. Go ahead.
It says, as for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. With her, there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things. And all men do well, like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the power of truth.
Right. Blessed be the power of truth. YAHWASHI, go ahead.
It says, and with that he held his peace, and all the people then shouted and said, great is truth and mighty above all things.
Yo, the truth is the mightiest thing. So when you're all into the truth, that's what captures you. That's what grabs you, the wisdom. Alright? Sophia, go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 35. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
That's it. That's it. Got something? All right. You got something? You got another one? Go ahead.
Proverbs 8:33. Hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me, findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord.
Yeah, you gotta wait at the gates of Yahawashi. All right, and that's what we're doing, man. We're waiting at the gates. We're getting up, and sometimes the spirit, the spirit can go up and down, and you can get it more times than others. But you gotta pace yourself to get that spirit back. Even the apostle speaks about sometimes the spirit, you feel like the spirit not on me, he's waiting for the spirit. Sometimes it feels like that. But overall in your life, what controls your life? Should be the spirit of Yahawah should be the whisper. Okay? Huh? Yeah, we're prisoners of hope. Yeah, we are prisoners of hope. All right. And also, we gotta be consumed with the wisdom. We gotta be consumed with this knowledge and this work. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Galatians 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
Right.
And these are contrary to one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Right. You got to tap more into the spirit. At all times, tap more into the spirit. Whatever you got to do to tap into the spirit, do that. Because the spiritual is much stronger than the physical, than the carnal. That's why it says a man that can control his own spirit is much more mighty than a man that can take over a city. You see?
Right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. The fools despise wisdom and instruction.
That's it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. That's what gets you going. But then you're supposed to fall in love with Sophia. You see? You're supposed to fall in love with it. That's why we can break down, this word means this, the etymology, and this and that, and the Greek is this. Well, that's all has to do with wisdom. Learning. Increasing in learning.
What? Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall preserve thee. Being mighty is not going to preserve you, bro. What a mighty man can do in this time? What the fuck is what's Mike Tyson going to do now? First of all, he's old. Well, what's Conor McGregor? Any of these UFC? What are they going to do in the time that's coming? Can they defeat Esau's guns with fists? Are they going to battle the sword with fists and kicks? Yo, that's it. They're gonna be as women. Yeah, even them army men, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna shoot? They got their little target they've been practicing. Okay, you saw the shooter a pocket nuke, blow the whole shit up. Now what? Esau has control of the food, he has control of the water, he has control of the clothes. Now what? Discretion. Those that are disciplined in Yahawah, those are the ones that are going to make it. Those that have the wisdom in Yahawah, because certain things you ain't going to do based upon wisdom, and the Most High is going to be pleased based upon that. They don't got no wisdom. So when a squirrel is dead, and they ain't ate in a while, what are they going to do? They're going to put some sriracha. They're going to find the sriracha of the squirrel's a little salt baked. All right? And they're going to eat that squirrel, bro. Because they don't got the wisdom of Yahawah. That's not even an option for us. Or it shouldn't be. Right? But we'll find out, man. We'll find out. Okay? We'll find out, because famine will make people do a lot of things, bro, that they wouldn't have done
in so-called normal life. All right? Many instances where there were certain plane crashes and the people were stranded there for whatever, a couple weeks. And they were, before you know it, they were chewing on the next guy. You understand? Why? Because that's what hunger will do. That's why I said that famine is worse than being killed by the sword. What are these people going to do in that time? They're not. They have no hope because they're not with YAHAWASHI. We are. Go ahead.
It says, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things.
These guys, these devils, right? They keep us from their plans. They keep us from them. All right, and what they got going on. They get Psalm 64. All right, because they got their plans, but guess what? The Most High is His plans. Get Job 5 and 12. What do you got? You got some?
Hebrews 11 and 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen, as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became the heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
And Noah practiced discretion and wisdom and understanding. That's why he built the ark, man. He trusted in the Lord. But he's up there was mighty men in that there. There was giants. There was tall, super tall men. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they perished, man. They became skeletons, man. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, like the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 1. Hear my voice, O power, YAHAWASHI, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Hide me, because the hidden ones. The scriptures speak about the hidden ones, right? You're going to be hidden from what's getting ready to pop off, right? In plain sight. Go ahead.
It says, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words,
right?
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not.
And they fear not. That's right. Go ahead.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
You know, their heart is deep with wickedness. But the prayer is that the Most High hide us from that. We should also send up that prayer that the Most High hide us from the times that's coming. Because it's about to be very evil, and we're going to need a miracle to escape that. Right? It's going to look impossible. You see how Esau had the lockdown and there's barely no cars out after a certain time? There's no cars out here after a certain time. People were in the crib. What are you going to do then? Police patrolling. Cops patrolling. Registration. Yeah. That's what was getting ready to happen. You're driving, people were nervous and shit. Sweating. You're nervous, bro. Because you had certain cops that was just going from car to car. You get this guy, okay, your shit's good. Okay, then they see you coming down the street. They jump in the car. They come and fuck with you. That's what happened with me. All right? Now, the grace of YAHAWASHI, I try to escape those situations. Certain situations, technically, logically, I shouldn't have been able to escape, man. All right? But the Most High delivered me from those situations. But this is what's getting ready to happen. He controls this shit. So if he says nobody come outside, which there might be uproars and shit, like, of course there's going to be uproars, but let's say he says that, he can do that. And then when you're outside, if you go outside and you got to go outside to go get food, you become a target. And you're out in the open. We need YAHAWASHI to hide us from that time. You see what I'm saying to you? Hidden in plain sight. Go ahead.
says, well, Psalm 83:1, keep not thou silence, O power, YAHAWASHI Yahawashi, hold not thy peace and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, we're going to dwell in the secret place of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. You know that scripture, right? The secret place of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. Because these they're out in the open. They're in the open. They don't got a covering. You understand? They don't have a covering. So they're through. So what Esau wants to do, he's going to do. But those that have a covering and have that mark of exemption, you don't want to, Yahawah is in their forehead. Oh, they're good. They're good, man. We can't say the same for the others, right?
The book of Psalms 27:1.
Hold on. Let him read that second Ezra.
Second Ezra 16 and 69. And they that consented unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
So that's it. So it's gonna be some serious opposition, man. The serious life-threatening act. Well, there was life-threatening activity in the time of Acts, man. They were under threat of imminent death, as they say. On the run. They were looking to kill them. They had to have men that did a vow that they would not eat or drink until they killed Paul. They actually made a vow about that, man. Yeah, I think it was 40 men. I don't remember the amount. Like 40 men or something, if I'm not mistaken. But so you know they were looking. You know they were searching. So either they died of hunger or they broke the vow. Because they were searching. So this is the time that's coming now is going to be even more of a threat now, man. Because now Esau got drones. Now Esau has cars. You understand? Snipers that can hit you from the top of a building, right? He has that type of technology. Okay, GPS tracking. So this is a higher level of surveillance, a higher level of, control. So now, that's why Ezra and these different men will say, "Whoa, who shall deliver me in those days?" Because how you gonna escape that type of shit? He has his angels too. He got them cameras all over the place. They're watching, giving back messages. Robots getting ready to implement them robots, dog robots that be running around, self-detonate and blow up at the target. They use that already. They've used that for different people. What do we need? We need YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. Go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 12. Now the brother shall betray the brother to death, and the father the son. And children shall rise up against their parents, and shall cause them to be put to death.
Did you get the vaccine? Did you get the juice? No? Okay, Mom. Start talking to the fucking police, man. Alright? That's why it's best to fucking just... Man, I'm trying to... Listen, man, I'm trying not to be around these people, man. You get a spot, bro. You can, bro. It's possible. And it's feasible. Fuck. If the Lord will, because bro, you don't want to be around these people, man. What?
It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Be hated of all men. Hated of all men. For what? For the sake of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. Okay? Might be a point where the TV might be on a TV screen. All right? Yeah. What do you got to say for yourself? All praises to YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. That's all you got to say? You're still into that cult? Get in the truck. Get in the truck. All right? Get to the damn truck. All right? Go ahead.
It says, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation, which YAHAWASHI created unto this time, neither shall be.
Ooh.
Verse 20, and except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he has shortened the days.
That's right. So if this were to continue, there will be no flesh left to be saved, man. But the Most High put a date that he can't pass. All right? Because the Most High is in control, man. Not Esau. He just gave him a time period to rule. But that time is up, man. That time is up now. Go ahead.
Book of Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Yeah, that's it, man. Some of us are going to be in prison. All right? And we're just going to have to just deal with it. What are you going to do? Take your juice? Well, guess what? Okay, you take the juice. You're still going to die, and it's going to be a worse death than you could ever get. How about that? How about that? There's no way to turn except for YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. And anyone who thinks different, they really just don't have no wisdom, no understanding. Plain and simple, bro. Because once you have that understanding, there's no way you could turn back into trusting in what Esau has to say. Or thinking that's a better way. There's no way. Impossible. Go ahead.
The book of Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone.
That's speaking about that nuclear missile, that nuclear holocaust that's getting ready to happen. All right, in World War III. All right, go ahead.
It says,
because they're gonna make a move on Iran and these different places, and when they do, Russia's gonna step in. It's gonna be World War III, and that's when the nukes are gonna come and destroy Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
You're going to feel that pain too. Go ahead.
Revelation 12.
Just imagine when it's coming. Like, you get the, I think about that sometimes. It's just like, I'm just looking in the sky, you're like, oh shit, the missiles are coming. And then you just see, you're standing there, and you have no hope, man. You don't know YAHAWASHI. You just see fucking darkness coming, and it's all missiles. Bro, come on, bro. Bro, some people will want to give up the ghost, but the ghost is not going to leave. They're going to have a heart attack, but they're still going to watch it. And they're still going to fucking catch it, bro. They're going to be having a heart attack and shit and pissing, all of that, vomiting. The fear is going to be deep, bro. You understand what I'm saying to you? You're seeing the missiles coming. You don't know what you can't. There's no way to run. There's no way you can go. Nothing. You're just seeing darkness. And you hear the drip. You're like, oh shit. Man, you just gotta think about that shit. I had certain dreams about that. It's like, yo, those are terrifying dreams, man. Shalaka, go ahead, bro.
Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation, and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power, day and night, and they overcame them by the blood of the Lamb, and by the words of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Yeah, the devil's come down because he knows he has but a short time. All right, and he's not playing. He's not joking. Playtime is over, man. Esau is clearly showing you that playtime is over. The time of being diplomatic, that's over. Now he's at the point of you comply or you die. That's the point that we're getting to comply or die. All right. They got concentration camps being built, which some was already there. Okay, a lot of these Walmarts are going to use it, right? Like the Apostle Gabar did a video about that years ago. They're going to use a lot of these Walmarts and these different stores for that. Okay, they're going to call them whatever, quarantine camps or whatever, but it's just a concentration camp. That's what it is. And we're going to see, man. We're going to see who's real about this thing and who's not, man. We're going to see who believes and who doesn't, man. We're going to see who was doing the right thing and who wasn't, man. And who's of the elect. You got something?
The book of Joshua, chapter 24 and 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahawashi.
That's it. You got to make that decision, man. You got to make that decision. All right? Because the Lord's coming to separate the sheep from the goats. And the scriptures say specifically, shall the Lord come and find faith? Will he find faith? Will he find someone that believes after all this hell is going to pursue? You better hold tight to that faith. You better hold tight to that. All right? You better not let go. You see? And the way you can ensure that you keep that is by being in good graces with Yahawah Yahawashi. Does not the scripture say, kiss the son, lest he be angry? Oh. All right? Don't play with Yahawah Yahawashi. Yahawah Yahawashi put out Saul's candle. All right? He said, listen, Moses, you ain't going to see the promise now. Although Moses is still a man of the Lord, but he said, you ain't seen the promise. Okay? You know? I believe it said that Titus fell off from the truth. The scripture, the Apostle Gabar said that recently. I was like, yo, I gotta check, you know, because it does say, it says Titus, you know. There's certain people that the Most High might use it for, they put out the candlestick, man. You see what I'm saying? Many people we've seen with powerful speakers and this and that. Oh, he's on fire. He's going out 3 days a week. Every day he's at camp and early and, you know, doing the most. But at the end of the day, he wasn't right. For whatever reason, the Most High wasn't with him. So to put out his candlestick, man. You don't want your candlestick to be put out, man. So be in the good graces with Yahawah Yahawashi, man. Okay? You got that? You got something?
Separate the sheep from the goat?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can get that. But you got something else. So, yeah, go read that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 2. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars.
Oh, hold on, wait. Isn't that hate? Isn't that hating on the Israelites? Right? You guys just hating on Bishop Nate. You're just hating on him. Well, it says to try them that say they are apostles and are not. So we're trying his ass. And he's being found to be reprobate silver so far. Go ahead. That goes for the rest of it.
And has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake hath labored and hath not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left That first love.
So he still has something against it. He did all this right. But I have something against you now because you left your first love. You turned away. You turned your back on the plow. I got work to do, man. It says that the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. That's why the YAHAWASHI said, what? Feed my sheep. Feed my sheep. Feed my sheep, man. What don't you get, man? Feed YAHAWASHI sheep. This is a spiritual army, man. You got to go up the ranks, but yo, put in that work, man. Go up the ranks and go up the right way, man. Don't go up no false way, no side way, no crab way. Go up the right way, man. Like everybody else, man. Use the front door. Go ahead.
The book of Luke, St. Luke, chapter 10 and 39. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at YAHAWASHI's feet and heard his word. Verse 41. And YAHAWASHI answered and verse 40, but Martha was cumbered about much serving and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary has chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her.
You got something else?
Hebrews 6 and 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love, which you have shewn towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Though he's not gonna forget the works, but don't fall off. There's brothers who was fall off even after this epidemic, this whatever, man. This pandemic, we'll just say it so that I'll really know catch it. All right. You have brothers that fell off, that have been in this thing for 10 plus years, that fell off. Why? Because the Most High did not want them. You get it? So you could be in this for 10 years and you look like you're part of the group and you're holding posts, but you notice them people don't really be on fire. They don't really be passionate continually about it. It might be when they first came out, they might have been passionate, but after that, they start dwindling. They just going through the motion. They're just in camp because they gotta be us. They're thinking of Sheikh Hadi.
Yeah.
That lamb, yo, they ain't thinking about the word. They ain't trying to do the work. You see what I'm saying? And then what happens? The Most High takes some water in the candlestick, just pours that fucking water out of the candlestick. Then he gets fed up and looking at the hands. You see what I'm saying? What?
And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end.
Yep, to your ability. Not saying everyone, oh, this brother does a video a day. I gotta do a video a day. You go when the spirit hits you, do a video. That's the point. But if the spirit ain't hit you, and it's hitting you once a month, are you sure that's the spirit? that might be Beelzebub, brother. You know what I'm saying? That might be Beelzebub. Okay? Let's be real. Right? It's living water, so it's gonna be rushing and living waters is a lot, it's abundant. Go ahead.
The book of St. Luke 13 and 6, he spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon and found none. Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree and find none. Cut it down. Why cumbereth it the ground? And he answering said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig it about and dung it. And if it bear fruit, well. And if not, then after that, thou shalt cut it down.
Well, what scripture was that? You better start bearing some fruit. You better start, a fig better pop out that. All right? The Most High YAHAWASHI ain't playing with you, man. So he'll give you some time. He'll look. You know, he'll sit there, he'll watch. This nigga, and he'll go, yo, and come back. This nigga still ain't fucking doing shit. He still got his hand in this part. He still ain't really about this. All right, man, take this guy's candle out, man. All right. So you better, because if you do this work until the end, and you got that passion, and you want to feed the sheep for real, oh, the Lord's dealing with you. If you do it to the end, oh, expect to be on a chariot. If I do it to the end, I expect to be on a chariot, bro. I expect to be on a chariot, bro. Through the grace and power of Yahweh Shemi, I expect to be on one of them chariots, man. And when them chariots come, I'll be running towards the chariot. Everyone's gonna be running that way, screaming, because the missiles is coming in. They told them to get to low ground. I'm gonna be running to where the chariots are, trying to climb on some shit. You know, one of these. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 14 and 27. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he hath sufficient to finish it? Lest happily after he had laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock.
Well, if you don't feel like you got enough to finish it, shit, you might as well not even get in this work. Or you better pray to get the Spirit, because if not, you might as well not even start. You might as well go to the world and fight and do the best you can to live it up. Right side by side with Esau, man. Try to get a credit card that has a limit of like 100,000, 50,000. Get like a bunch of those and max that shit the fuck out. Go to Disney World, go, you know, Marine World. You know? Buy you a wife. Buy you a bride, the male brides, get the finest ones. Get 3 of them. You see what I'm saying, huh? The best wine you could buy, you know, buy a SAQ. Buy a LCPO, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, all that. Buy a club, buy all that. Get 3 vaccines, get 3 juices, and live it up till the end. Because there ain't no fucking hope for you if you can't finish this work. And the scriptures say that it's gonna be worse. The end of him is worse than him if he didn't know the truth. Those that knew the will of the Most High and did it not. Because you came, you started, and you fell back. And the apostle heart was always heavy on that, bro. That's one of the reasons I was nervous to come out, man. I was like, yo, I better be. I'm like, yo, is my car working, or do I don't, you know, I gotta make sure, because if the car start working, I gotta keep going. Because apostle heart, I mean, bro, I don't know if you've ever seen that video. I gotta find that video, show you that, man. Because there's one particular video I remember that put a lot of fear in me, and, bro. And I remember the apostle was just speaking, and the spirit was, yo, remember that back, this was, yo, the spirit, he was just speaking, and there was someone in the audience say, you get the Passover this week? You get the Passover this month? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, so what you been doing? You've been out here for a minute. What have you been doing? The Most High gonna destroy you. Yo, you just went off on a bunch of dudes, man, through the spirit, bro. Just singled them out. And you could tell it was the spirit of the Lord that was on, and just cursed them cold out, man. With fervency, man. And I was like, oh shit. You know? And he started reading the scriptures. Get that. He started reading the scriptures about those that do the work and stop doing the work, and the Most High going to destroy them. Alright? And there was a guy that used to come out. There was a guy that came, that was in the camp back then. You know, that's why Pastor Hart is in the position he's in, right? And he made a video trying to come back. Yo, I left because my wife, and yeah, she was a bad influence on me, but I had a dream. The Most High said that he was gonna have mercy on me one last time, and he left it like the camp, like what, like 7 years or whatever, a long time ago, maybe 10 years, I don't remember. It's a long time ago. Okay, and even me, I was rooting for him. Because I was like, oh shit, hopefully the Lord has mercy on this man. He was sincere when he made the video. And brothers, even brothers in the camp was like, yo, he was by the camp, like, oh, shalom, brother, you know, and they, you know, they were kind of like happy to see him and shit, and we were rooting for him. And the apostle said, nah, man, tell him to go do his own thing, man. Because he ain't getting in this camp. Tell him to go do his own thing. Because he put his hand against the plow. He put the plow down. So now, I was seeing him do videos, but he was doing videos like in some, like it was a project building area. Like he wasn't downtown. He wasn't really out there. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like he was outside, but he wasn't in an area like this, so to speak. Now, what happened was, after a while, I stopped seeing the videos. Okay? So what does that mean? That means that the Most High wasn't working with him. You see what I'm saying? The Heavenly Father wasn't working with him. So even though he might have wanted to come back, you already betrayed YAHAWASHI. And you already had it. He already died on the cross. How much time he gonna die for you? That's is that one? You know how YAHAWASHI. He wanted to crucify himself afresh. Crucify the Lord afresh. You got something?
Matthew 13 and 18.
It's on the point. Turning back from the plow.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside.
Right.
But he that receiveth the seed into stony place, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it, yet had he not root in himself,
right,
but dureth for a while. For while tribulation or persecution ariseth, right, because of the word, yeah, by and by he is offended.
A lot of times they fall because of the tribulation that comes with it. All right, they feel the things are coming against them. The spirits is attacking them, and they can't deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. They say, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm going back in the world, but I don't gotta worry about it. Okay, go ahead.
He also that receiveth seed among thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful.
Right, because he's more worried about what's going on in the world, so he becomes unfruitful. That's why it's beautiful. This thing that's happening, it's either making you go further from YAHAWASHI or closer. There's only two. All right, go ahead.
But he that receiveth seed unto good grounds is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit and bring forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30.
That's it. Some brothers have different measures, man. Right? They have different measures, different abilities. All right, so that's what it is. But do what you can. Do what you know. Be passionate about this work, man. Feeding the sheep. Feeding the sheeps, man. You guys ain't feeding the sheeps, man. Simple-minded country. Yo. I mean, come on, bro. Who don't know sheep is plural? It's plural. You don't need to put an S in it. Feed the sheeps, man. The sheeps. You know what I'm saying? Simple-minded, bro. Go ahead. You got some more? You got some? Yeah. That nigga straight out of fucking the slave movie.
This is Hebrews 6 and 4. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and have tasted the good word of Yahweh and the powers of the world to come, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance,
right?
Seeing they crucified to themselves.
You're already cleansed. You already got cleansed, and you went back in the mud, nigga. Who the fuck you want? You want to be cleansed again? You got cleansed already. The dog returned to his vomit. There's more than that.
It says, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of Yahweh afresh and put him to an open shame.
Open shame. All right. So you're not fit. Those ones who turn their back, they're not fit for the kingdom. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and 62. And Yahawashi said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh.
That's it, man. No man put his hand to the plow and looking back. So you better understand this is for life. Well, that's it, man. Okay? Well, you're going to die. Go ahead.
John 13.
You will die. Go ahead.
John 13 and 10. And Yahushua said unto him, he that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, ye are not all clean.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So they're washed, but they weren't really washed. You know what I'm saying? They were washed, but they weren't really washed. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. That's why we don't worry about baptism. Go ahead.
Jude,
because the physical baptism is just symbolic. Go ahead.
Jude 1 and 5. So that 4. For there are certain men crept in unaware, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness,
right,
and denying the only Lord power and our Lord YAHAWASHI Mashiach.
That's right.
I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not.
That's right. Okay. That's something.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 37. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and he will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him.
That's right. Any man draw back, man. Which means what? You put your hand to the plow and then you look back. All right. It's spiritual warfare. Okay. So either way, when these things come, you got to know you have to have in your mind the end, not what's presently happening to you, but the end. That's why it says put away mortal thoughts, man. Because that's gonna come when these things happen, man. Like, oh shit, how am I gonna do this and that? With that, I don't got enough for that and this and whatever. But YAHAWASHI has something that's ready for you, man. Okay? It says that he won't tempt you above you're able, and he'll also give you a way out. Scriptures say that he'll give you a way out. So you ain't gonna be destroyed by this shit. And this is the end anyway, man. I mean, you get a ticket, it's like, nigga, it's, you know, I mean, okay. I'll put, what do you say? Object to it, you know, object the ticket, deny it, and then you know, hopefully America's destroyed by the time it comes, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord's will, because if the money says if they got the chip now the chip is you think I don't give a fuck about the ticket. I'm not dealing with money. I'm not dealing with money anyway. Listen, you could have that. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You know? Anything else on that? Nothing? Go. Yeah, right now one up.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and 20. For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior Yahawashi HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning.
Man, it's going to be worse with you than the beginning if you turn from this plow, man. So you better understand that, man. You're better to be in the world with getting the juice than turning your back now. Especially now, who knows what the Most High is going to do to those people that turn their back. And in this time right now that's happening, man. They might be one of the people who get the juice and start doing the Harlem Shake. And then, you know, he'll add more hell on top of that, bro. You see what I'm saying? Then they lose their mother and their sister in front of their eyes or some shit. Yo, bro. Fear not them that are able to destroy the body, but fear him that's able to destroy the body and soul in hell. So with that, we close up and give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, QADASH.
Double honors to the apostle and others of great millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to Akim out there, pushing this word out, truth and sincerity. Shalom.